Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. Today, we're flying high over Alameda Naval Base. But this time, we're only flying over the old airplane hangars. And as you can see, there are quite a few hangars here still in existence. But none of them are being used for airplanes anymore. They're used for businesses of all sorts and kinds. But I know that there's a lot of service members that have spent their time here, and a good majority of them have been at these hangars. But as you can see here, they're tearing up the main drag. Looks like they're doing some street work, so if you're driving down here, well, you're going to run into a detour. Like I said, this is the Alameda Naval Base. And that hangar on the left is Palladium, where they have sports events. And you can work out there and get your workout on. So I don't know what a lot of these other hangars are doing, if there's anybody in them, but I know that there's a lot of businesses out here. So the one on the very end is a museum that I still yet to have gone into. So, but that one with all the tables, well, that's a brewery where they make beer and other kind of spirits. And it looks like to the left is picnic tables for some kind of gathering. But look at that big pipe right there at the bottom left of your screen. Yeah, they're going to bury that. So they are doing some work here. But there are some new buildings that they just built. So if you're familiar with this place, well, that's the entrance of the base, and they've just added a whole bunch of condos. And it looks like they're pile driving right there, so they're going to build another building right in front of you. And it looks like the Hornet is the only ship out there right now. I don't know where the other ships have gone, but they're not there. But there's a good shot of all the existing buildings still here. I don't know what they're going to do with the old buildings, but they're doing something with that road. And they're going to bury some sewer lines, so I'm sure that there's going to be some development out here. Usually the first thing that comes after or before a development is the sewer line, so, and those sewer lines got to be buried in the street, so they tore up this whole drag. And you can see all the barrels of beer and wine there. I guess that's barrels of wine, not beer. Be kegs of beer, I guess. But almanac, barrel house, and tap room. So what does a barrel house produce? I don't know. It must be wine. And that old building right there, I don't see how that stays up. That thing has just got holes in the roofs, and the only thing that lives in that building is pigeons. But like I said, I'm only here today to film the hangars. There's all those barrels from the barrel house. So they must have a couple buildings here. But back to the hangars. There's the Palladium where they do the sports events. It doesn't look like a lot of people are there today. But the pigeons are out and the beer drinkers are out. So that's not the only brewery here on the base. There's another one out here called Faction Brewing. And there's a vodka tasting. So a lot of spirits. If you want to get high on spirits, well, come out to the Alameda Naval Base. Right here, it seems like they are tearing up the road right down the middle, so I'll have to keep coming out here and let you know what's going on. Looks like they're turning right here, so they're not going into the base. They're just... something's going on. I don't know what, but we'll keep you informed. But there's a good shot of all those airplane hangars. I could just imagine what it's like when there was real airplanes pulling in and out of this place. And I don't know, maybe you guys could tell me, was those wings on the hangar doors, were they always there? Or is this a new deal? I don't know. But you can tell that the roofs have seen better days here. They're pretty wore out. And I don't know if they leak, but they are definitely seen better days. There's a beautiful shot of the San Francisco skyline and the Oakland Bay Bridge with the fog rolling in. That fog really keeps us cool on these hot days. But back to the beautiful hangars. You can see that there used to be military planes lifting up out of here. It's a naval base, but I guess the Navy has airplanes. You'd think it'd be an Air Force base, but no. We're here at the Alameda Naval Base. This used to be a winery right here where the old dome is, but it looks like the winery has moved out. Another victim of the pandemic. A lot of businesses have closed down and struggled to remain open. I've seen a couple energy companies out here, so there's one, Natel Energy, but there's that Hangar 1 vodka. Now you could tell me, is that Hangar 1 or is that just the name of it? Seems like Hangar 1 would be down here on the end, but I don't know. I guess that just sounds better. And there's the old barracks where the people used to sleep and study and eat. Now, I don't think they had breweries back in the day at the Alameda Naval Base. I don't think they could have soldiers out here drinking, but maybe they did. I heard rumors that when this place was in existence, they sure did have a lot of bars in Alameda, and now all the bars are closed. There goes the Alameda Oakland Ferry off to San Francisco, and the Alameda City View Skate Park. Yeah, that was my old stomping grounds back in the day when I could break a bone or two, but now I'm too old to break bones. You can see the graffiti artists, they like to get on the roof and tag up the place. I don't think there's a place in this state of California that doesn't have graffiti on it, but that's another subject. What does this say here on this one? I can't read it. I'm going by too quick. But there is a lot of people out here on a summer day. I guess it's not summer anymore. It might be fall. So, like I said, I don't know what happened to the old ships out there. The Hornet's the only one out there. I know we're having Fleet Week. So maybe they all went over to San Francisco to show off a little bit of the old nostalgic boats, or ships I should say. There's a soccer field where they used to play soccer, but another casualty. Nobody has been coming out here. Looks like they've let the soccer field just die. And we're having a drought, so how much water are we wasting to make green grass? I don't know. But there's a good shot of a good roof. Look at that roof, is in good condition. But I'm not a roofer, so I couldn't tell you if it's in good or bad. Well, let's go see what is happening over here at the Faction Brewing Company. This is where all the people come and, well, they like to drink and have a gay old time, as they say on the Flintstones. Looks like a whole bunch of process piping and other brewery things that they have there for making beer. I don't know what's going on out here, but it is a lot of communication towers, and if you're a pipe fitter back in those days, well, I don't think your work ever ended, because it's just so much process piping out here. Look at that Alameda Naval Base. Isn't that a big base? And so much room and so much unoccupied areas. So there's that brewery I was talking about, Faction. So if you'd like to have a good time, well, come on out to Alameda Naval Base and enjoy the views and enjoy the suds. And I think once in a while you might even get a live band out here. I don't know. Well, looks like they're in no problem getting business out here on a nice sunny day. A lot of people seem to be out. But the vodka place next door, well, looks like more people like beer than vodka. But that could just be the way it is nowadays. Might be cheaper to drink beer than vodka. Who knows? This, like I said, where the dome was a winery, but the winery's gone. What will be here? Nobody knows. But that was a little zoom around the Alameda Naval Base. Hangars only. And I am surprised that they're still up. I guess they're pretty contaminated, so they can't tear them down without putting stuff into the air. Well, I want to always thank you for coming along with me on these little adventures to the Alameda Naval Base hangars. You know the drill. Until I see you again, it's peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Let me see if I can turn this drone around and give you a peace out. As always, thanks again, and we'll see you on the next flight. How about that? Bye-bye, everybody.